Well, it said I have 41 minutes left on this memory chip, and I've just remaneuvered the gorilla pod so that what was a back leg is now the front leg, which is in a practically vertical Ausrichtung, of practically vertical setting for the first four joints on it, which is compatible with supporting my Kindle. The Kindle is slightly rubbery on the edge, but only slightly, and it won't tolerate a very steep angle when it's supported only by leaning against, in this case, the gorilla pod leg, which is, slightly high friction knuckles on the joints or whatever. It's got what I think of as silicone. It's probably not, but rubbery circles around each one of its segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 segments, each with a rubbery tire around it, all round a circle, so that it can have relatively high friction against some surface that it might want to sort of cling to. In any case, that helps hold up the Kindle, and this, as I say, is with the Kindle support. Here's the Kindle in functioning position. Very good. So I can give you the inimitable pleasure of watching me read a book. Could happen, like if I turn it on. Chapter 4, Cousins. Oh, Jack has met his beautiful cousin who wants to fuck him. And he's just recently married to a woman that he's not really sure that he really even likes her. But it was it's what happened. You could say. Oh, I've got low battery already. Well, that's interesting, after only 3 minutes. I must have been recording on this battery before. I don't know whether I was or wasn't. Doesn't matter because it's low now. Or so the camera knows. I mean, the camera knows, because the camera is always right. When the battery is too low to function, it shuts off and ends whatever recording session was putatively underway. Which is quite civilized of it. I mean, it's nice that it closes out in a civilized manner, circumspectly. It saves the data, or leaves the data saved, closes it or whatever, and shuts down the camera. Anyway, Jack got home at 11, sat on his bed in the club, and stared at the door. He thought the most disconcerting part of the evening was Joanna's refusal to be annoyed or even mildly put out by his refusal to sleep with her. She's his cousin. She had merely shrugged and gone on to talk of other things. His stammered excuses about morality and marriage vows might never have been made. Well, anyway, Chapter 4, Cousins, says 47 minutes left in the chapter, and I'm at 23% into the book. So I might let you go with that. There's nothing more profound at the moment than just going on with this naval thriller novel, which has a few sexual things too, I guess. Oh, and she's an artist, and when he arrived, she was painting herself nude, which is mostly what she produces and sells, is nudes of herself. And she was barely dressed and so forth, and revealed herself very quickly and very clearly, like, wouldn't you please fuck me? Something like that. Oh, I hope that's not a bad word on YouTube. Goodness. In any case, it actually shows up that way in the book. She's as explicit as a sailor almost. Sailors love crumpet and popsies. Popsies, crumpet. Oh, well, there was a time. Yeah, now that time is no longer around. I do like female company, and I love female bodies. I still like them. But pumping a crumpet or whatever, I don't think I'm up to it at this point. Or really interested. Interesting, huh? I don't know whether that's interesting or not. Probably not. But anyway, age 75, and the testosterone level, I think, is a little lower. Certainly lower than at 27, when I was footloose and fancy-free, hippie, out hunting, until finally I settled down with a lovely woman, a motherly lady, who made my dream of supporting myself and my family with designing and building electronic equipment. She was the office, with a helper, bookkeeper, but she was the office, and purchasing and invoicing and all the stuff that goes on in an office to keep a business running, and writing checks and passing them on to me for signature. I always signed all the checks. The idea being that my memory was pretty good, and if we somehow doubled something, I might well remember. I might really remember. At least I remember that I believed that, and although Lydia had also the official right to sign checks, it's just that they were always put in front of me to be signed and sent off. It was very nice. I could never have done the buying and the selling I did, but the buying and paying and the billing and the keeping track of employees and paying them properly and everything. Couldn't have done it. And thanks to her, it was done well, and we were profitable, and I loved it. That's enough. 10 minutes and a half. Bye.